We're doing it. We're doing it. We're going in game right now. It's here. It's happening. It's live. It's not live. I'm live. The game's not live, but we're going into game number 5 between TaToH and BacT for our Midweek Madness Best of 5 series. It's not Best of 5. But, yeah, anyway. So, back down to the south of the map. He's playing in the red, and he's playing as the Chinese. Up to the north of the map in the blue, we have TaToH playing as the Chinese as well. And, obviously, the final game is also going to be a mirror match, because they've all been mirror matches so far. That's not really, doesn't explain why. Just because everything else has been, that means this should be. That's just a very, bad bias to have. I can't remember the word I'm looking for, but anyway, Chinese, great civ to finish things off on, as they are a very versatile civ, a civilization with quite a broad tech tree, one that I am very fond of, actually. I think Chinese are up there as my top 3 favorite civs to play Age of Empires 2 as. I do like the Chinese. I'm a big fan. But yeah, the map is called Zero. This map is my map. And you can tell that's my map because it has a big 0 in the middle. It's called Zero. And that 0 is a ring of shallows with some great big marlin in it. 350 food a pop. But actually, as it turns out, there's only 2 of these in here. So it doesn't really make it very good for fishing. It's not really worth it, to be honest. Either way, let's have a look at the map a little bit more in detail. Each player has basically, from what I can tell, fairly standard resources. They have 2 boar. They have a standard deer patch of 4. They have 8 sheep, if I'm not mistaken. I appear to not be mistaken. There might only be 6 sheep, actually. There might only be 6. But other than that, they do have the 2 boar. They have the berries. They have the deer, like I say. They've got a main gold, a secondary gold, a tertiary gold. And they've got, in the center, extra gold piles here. So it's a little bit like a gold rush in a sense, with the gold in the middle, but there's certainly a lot more gold at the base as well. So it's not absolutely necessary to gain the gold in the center of the map until a lot later on, unlike Gold Rush, where you are forced to the center much earlier due to the lack of gold back at home. There's also 3 stone mines for each player, so it could be something to consider with trushing maybe. But looking at these maps in general, I think BacT would be the trusher and TaToH might be the trushee, because TaToH's map is a little bit more, his resources are a little bit more exposed, put it that way. BacT has this kind of section to his map back here that is a little bit easier to defend. This is kind of like behind his TC. He could kind of wall across here if he likes, and he's kind of got this nice safe area with the stone and the gold. Whereas TaToH's berries are quite exposed. His gold's exposed to the left. His stone's also out here. So a trush, I mean, this could be something to consider, but generally speaking, you don't often see a trush with the Chinese anyway. You don't often see a drush with the Chinese either, due to the fact that they start with the extra villagers, and that actually slows them down a little bit in terms of drushing. So yeah, right now, we are maybe, I mean, we could see a drush from BacT, in fact. We could see a drush from TaToH as well, due to the fact they both have the 4 villagers on the wood. It could be a possibility, but I am not feeling it, to be honest, this game. Either way, the map is very open. Once again, the theme with these maps today, very open maps, very challenging maps. And with TaToH building a house out here, I'm wondering if he is actually going to go ahead and build a barracks. The villagers can gather these deep fish. Yes, they are on the shallows, so the villagers can come over here and start gathering them. But they wouldn't want to do that. It's too far away, and they would have to build a mill to really make it worth it. And they're not going to build a mill out here just for one fish, I guess. There's only one. It's not like, you know, if there was more of them, it would even be worth docking this. But since there aren't any, there's no point, really. But yeah, they gather at the same speed as shorefish, as Nimino is saying in the chat there. Anywho, right now, just keep an eye on things. TaToH, no barracks, as expected, really. I was kind of thinking that they might consider it, but nope, no barracks from him. Same for BacT as well. In fact, the wood for both players in surplus a little bit here, as they will be moving towards looking to get to the feudal age, I guess. I mean, TaToH's food looking a little bit low. 22 population, still adding villagers. BacT, on the other hand, he's about to finish off his last sheep, and this villager going up to the feudal age on 23 pop, and a big wall coming across the front. Now, the question is here, where does he go next? That usually tells us a story. He was quite late to actually find his sheep, so that explains why it was looking quite bare underneath his TC. But notice how BacT has avoided building any farms just yet. That's really good. And he's going to go ahead and build a mill out on the deer, it seems. Or at least go out to the deer right now with 5 vills. And still avoiding farms. So this is good. If you can avoid farms, do it. You want to get to the feudal age and do horse color if you can before needing to seed any farms. That's always a nice thing to do. And we'll keep an eye on that mill to see if BacT does go for that horse color upgrade. Interestingly enough, though, BacT is not actually going feudal yet. I thought he was. I was wrong. He's actually still adding vills. In fact, he's idling his town center right now because he doesn't have the food to go feudal, and he's pop capped at 25 out of 25. And as soon as that house comes up, he adds the 25th villager. This looks to me like a fast castle with a few big walls across the front, the left and the right. BacT is actually completely secure behind this wall off here, and he's fast castling it up. I can't believe he's going for that kind of play, but the walls should keep him safe. TaToH, on the other hand, also walling up, but so far from him, no sign of much else yet. I mean, barracks coming up, 25 population to the feudal age, and that's kind of weird. It's a weird number. You'd normally expect to see 26 if he was fast castling. 25 you can fast castle. It might be a push. And as you can see, he's kind of low on food here. Then again, BacT is as well, but he's also a lot later to feudal. So by the time he gets to the same point as TaToH, he's going to have a lot more food in the bank. But my point really is that TaToH 25 pop doesn't really tell us much. In fact, I'm very much wondering what's going to do when he gets to the feudal age. A double layer of palisade on this right side. It almost looks like he wants to fast castle himself, but it's obviously not going to happen because his resources aren't there. And he's actually throwing up an archery range right now. BacT, on the other hand, is nearly up to feudal now. 60%. Surplus of food, building nicely. As I say, by the time he gets to feudal, he's going to have a lot more food in the bank. 3 villagers on gold. This is very standard fast castle stuff right here. Only 3 farms. But I think he sent an extra villager out to the berries as well. TaToH, scouting now. We'll see the wall across the front. And probably knows he can't get in, because he probably would have tried to send his scout inside and would have realized that he can't. So, in this case, TaToH actually just going to attack the wall, and he's coming forward with a spear as well. And this is really strange. Stone wall now on the left side. Has TaToH realized his mistake? Has TaToH realized, my opponent is fast castling. I should probably switch tact and try something similar. The problem is, like, the Chinese are so versatile once they reach the castle age. Knights, camels, crossbows. They've got options, man. Siege, of course, monks. They don't really do any of those things badly. So this gives the first person to castle quite an advantage, as they can counter any feudal army very easily and also set themselves up for quite a powerful castle age unit composition. TaToH is coming forwards with skirmishers now. What is he? Not sure what he's thinking. It's pretty clear that BacT is walled up. It's pretty clear from TaToH's point of view, and his scouting information here. This is walled. He's still adding skirms? Is he anticipating archers from BacT, or is he thinking that BacT's up to something else back here? Because I'm telling you for free, he's on the way to the castle age right now. And I think he sold a little bit of stone. Oh no, he didn't. He built a gate. That explains it. I was going to say, he actually did build a market blacksmith, but straight up to castle, no delay. And BacT, going to be pushed away from his berries a little bit by these, what are they called? Skirmishers. But the fact that TaToH is making skirms seems so odd. He is seeding a lot of farms, though. And so, if we look at the difference in farmers, we've got 11 farmers for TaToH versus BacT's 5. So, there's over double the farmers for TaToH. But TaToH didn't mill his deer. He didn't take them at all. He got to know they're there. Absolutely. And yeah, I mean, he's definitely going to be very far behind the Castle Age now, that's for sure. TaToH walling up here at the front with as I say, stone on the left, gates across the front, more stone. And, you know, he's looking towards that Castle Age upgrade, 40 population versus BacT's 30. But in this case, being 10 population behind for BacT is no great shakes. He is in a very advantageous position. Once he gets to the Castle Age, what are we expecting? Well, Market Blacksmith generally doesn't lead into any immediate aggression. Maybe a Siege Workshop could come up for a Mangonel, but typically, with all this wood stockpiling up, he's probably going to... Well, he might consider a monastery, since he has a lot of villagers on gold. You see this many villagers on gold, and you're probably thinking that might be a monastery. But definitely a second and third TC is going to be in the works very, very shortly. BacT looked like he wants to boom a little bit here. And there's the first new TC coming up. And where's the second? Where is it? There it is. It's back here. Didn't spot that. It's kind of hiding away, tucked away behind the tree line. So, yeah. Second TC for BacT. Just a simple, straightforward boom. Still quite a lot of gold income. So maybe he'll throw down a Siege Workshop very shortly as well. But right now, I mean, he's going to be up to 3 TCs before TaToH's even clicked up. So I'm very surprised and a little confused by TaToH's choice here to make the skirms. And I don't know, man. I mean, obviously, if you fast feudal, it wasn't even a fast feudal, it's 25 population. I feel like he could have transitioned to the Castle Age a bit faster than this, but I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what he was really thinking at that point. He's not overcommitted that much to military. 2 skirms and 3 spearmen. It's not that much. It's just you got to play catch up when you don't set yourself up right in the Dark Age. Obviously, TaToH has got a few more villagers than BacT, but that's going to very quickly switch around once BacT does have 3 TCs working. So yeah, right now, quite a uneventful game at the moment, to say the least. BacT's just boom mode, and 3 TCs it is. But yeah, on the right side, walling up with the houses, and TaToH... Yeah, just clicking up to feudal now. It's castle now. He's got 4 vills on the stone, and this is another thing. This is going to slow TaToH down because he's walled with stone, and that means that he's actually spent most of his 200 starting stone already, which means no second town center or third TC without taking the stone, which is 4 villagers now gathering stone. Well, they could be gathering wood for those town centers, or they could be gathering gold, they could be on farms, or whatever. But the point is, it's not ideal to have to gather stone at this stage of the game, unless you're saving for a castle. And maybe that's something that TaToH might consider. Come forward, a castle in the middle, lock down the map control. BacT playing very passively, turtling. It's an opportunity to come forward and do some very high aggression once he hits the Castle Age. You know, maybe forward castle, siege workshop, that kind of thing. But he's too far off the mark with the castle right now. He's barely touching 200 stone, let alone 650, and his wood is building up. So it looks to me like TaToH's going to try and play catch up, or whatever you want to call it. But he's so far behind. 47 pot for TaToH, 46 for BacT. But bear in mind that TaToH has 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 military. So BacT here, way ahead on villagers, by 9 villagers at this stage. And a 4th TC coming up. BacT is getting greedy. He sees just how late TaToH is to the Castle Age, and he's like, yep, gonna get me some of those 4th TCs. Heard they're good for booming your economy up. And he'd be right. That 4th TC gonna be doing good work. TaToH with the monastery back at home. And I'm wondering what his game plan is right now. 2nd TC there. 3rd TC here. You have to excuse me, getting late. But yeah, 4th TC from TaToH as well. And I think TaToH's thinking, you know what? If I had 4 TCs, I might be able to catch BacT up if BacT plays on 3. So BacT is probably... TaToH is probably hoping that BacT is on 3 TCs right now. But BacT, he's on 4. And there's no way that TaToH's catching up here in villager count without doing some raiding. So yeah, I mean, it's a little bit concerning for TaToH, to say the least, because BacT is going to be much more ready to make a move much earlier on, much faster here. Now, what that move might be, I already suggested earlier a siege workshop. He has built one, and he's building a mangonel. But he might not really do anything until he clicks up to the Imperial Age here. This looks like a full Black Forest boom to me. And it surprises me that both players are happy to just kind of sit and let each other do this, but whatever floats your boat. Just kind of wondering what TaToH's up to. Humming along. Lots and lots of farms, of course. TaToH here, BacT on 36 farmers. TaToH on 18. There you go. Double the farmers for BacT right now. And that is going to go a long way for setting him up here for the Imperial Age upgrade. This army getting flattened and being repelled by the mangonel. BacT at 76 pop. TaToH on 63. And that is probably going to start growing rapidly very soon, as TaToH here isn't going to be producing anything. Whoa! Hold on a minute. That's a dock. That's a dock in the middle of the map. Looks like TaToH might be going for some of those demo ships. That's something to consider. TaToH, of course, well known for his demo ship play in many events. Something that he has done time and again. Many clips of TaToH blowing up millions of units all at once. But these shallows certainly work very well for that. So, I don't know. Could be something to consider. Could be something to give him some more map control. In fact, he's coming with some walls. He's trying to contain the snake. If you remember back to Elimination Draft at the weekend, he did a similar strat versus the Viper, walling him in. Didn't work out. But he is adding a second dock right now. So, I mean, TaToH's making some shapes, busting some moves on the other side of the map, unbeknown to BacT. BacT 40C's still pumping out vills. Gotta pump it up. And, yeah, 90 population for BacT, 81 for TaToH. I keep doing these population comparisons because there's not really a lot else to compare at the moment. Coming forward with a vill. I guess to build the wall. Build the wall. Build the wall, says TaToH as he comes forward. And he builds another wall on the left side as well. It's a containment. Got to keep him in. Got to prevent the deadly virus getting out of this area of the map. Outpost coming up for TaToH as well here. Relics coming in for TaToH, whereas obviously that's not a priority for BacT, it would seem. Castle coming up for BacT. One villager building the castle there. Not in a hurry by any means. Any stretch of the imagination. Oh, there you go. He's going to add another 4. But the castle coming up for BacT. The Imperial Age upgrade on the way in. BacT. Showing us how it's done right here as he builds his university. Builds his castle in defense. He's just going for one of every building, it seems. One siege workshop, one market, one monastery, one university, one blacksmith, one castle, 10 town centers. 1 mill. Only 1 mill as well. 2 mills. I lied. Anyway, I mean, I'm just counting buildings right now. It's just so uneventful at this stage. Probably not the best way to hype a matchup. I'll try and be a little bit more hype. Sorry. Oh my god. A third dock from TaToH. I cannot believe it. This guy is going insane. He's still not queued any units out of these docks. I just wonder what he's going to build. He's going to be going for the demolition ships, surely. But it won't hurt one bit to throw in some war galleys as well. Lock down the front of BacT's map. TaToH here. Oh my goodness, he's going to lose an outpost. BacT. Mangonel from behind the wall. He's going to get it. One more shot. The outpost goes down. This is catastrophic for TaToH. He loses all vision of the area as BacT pushes out with his mangonel here. And TaToH has no idea it's coming. Not without the outpost. Not without his eyes in the sky. The outpost. Rip. BacT moving forward. 6 villagers. I can count, guys. He's actually moving 6 villagers to the center of the map. But TaToH, he's got a castle coming up. Is the mangonel going to come in and ruin some other people's day? Or they're going to build castles next to each other? There is a monk on standby for TaToH, though. What tech does he have? Does he have redemption? No. But he will try and get a villager conversion. A monk coming in for BacT as well, but it is supported by 2 Chukonus. And TaToH, realizing it's too late, going to have to delete his castle here. And BacT's castle will claim the center of this map. As we see approximately 6 casualties going down in that ferocious engagement between these 2 players. Still, the containing wall from TaToH is coming up. Certainly going up faster than Trump's border wall, that's for sure. But it's not going to close out the front of the map. And this wall, I mean, just like Trump's border wall, might be completely pointless by the end of it. Because BacT can just walk straight past and into the center of the map anyway. There's no trouble there for BacT. You can still get out. You can't wall the shallows, TaToH. You cannot wall the shallows. So the castle is up for BacT. The war galleys are coming out for TaToH. But you know, castles don't really mix too well with war galleys. And don't think these war galleys are going to be doing all too much. Imperial Age obviously came in for BacT a while ago. Another castle is coming up in the center of the map, and BacT deploying his Trebuchet onto the town center of TaToH right now. Will TaToH release the war galleys? Of course he will. Will he achieve anything with them? Don't be daft. He might actually kill the Mangonel, but you know, the Chukonu here laying into them as well, and the Mangonel are going to do quite a bit of damage to both. The real story here, though, the MVP of the game. Can I get some AoE Trebs in the chat, please? 300 meters. Launching those projectiles afar. It's 200 meters, isn't it? I can't even remember the meme. God damn, I'm so bad at this. It is 300 meters. There you go, I was right the first time. 90 kilograms. And that's all it takes to bring down TaToH's TC. Oh my goodness, what is this game? TaToH, where is the defense? You just gonna let this happen? Is this what happens? You were counting too much on the wall, TaToH, but they're already on the inside. Oh, the demolition ships coming out. Oh, that was huge. He got like 6 villagers and a trebuchet. Whoa. Oh, that's amazing. The demolition ship did the D. Ah. Well done, TaToH. But sadly for TaToH, his population blocked because he lost his town center. And now his dock is going to go down to the siege rams of BacT, and there are not going to be any more demolition ships this game. So BacT's going to have to just, well, I don't even know what to say anymore. This game is over for TaToH right now. What is he doing? He's attacking Chukonu with his trebuchet, I think. No, he's aiming for this trebuchet here, but it's moving, so he can't hit it. And meanwhile, the Chukonu are going to kill his trebuchet. I think TaToH might have fallen asleep this game. Oh, he did Galleon, actually. There's 3 Galleons over here. And BacT moving in with the Chukonu. Obviously, TaToH only has 1 castle right now, so he can't really make Chukonu. And skirmishers are actually surprisingly bad versus Chukonu as well. Once they're fully upgraded anyway, the Chukonu that is. Chukonu shred through anything. They're amazing. They're unstoppable. And poor TaToH losing his houses faster than he can build them. He's housed again. Another castle coming up at the back. What's he preparing back here? Onager coming in. That could be good. Onager could do some damage if he gets a shot. But yeah, I mean, he's only got 1 Mangonel right now, and he's still housed, so let's see what he can do here. As the ram comes forward, the trebuchet is going to go down. The Chukonu, protected by the rams, killing the villagers on this right-hand side. We've got bombard towers from BacT as well. The Treb going down now, and the Chukonu laying down the damage into the front line of TaToH's army. The Onager upgrade is done. It's done. But I don't know where he's going. He's certainly not going in the right direction. TaToH lost his whole army. It's GG. And BacT will get the victory in our 5th and final game of Midweek Madness. But there you go. Units killed, 63. Units lost, 28. Not a bad KD for a BacT. Largest army, 42. 18 buildings raised. That's certainly not too shabby. Oh, much bigger eco. Did we expect any less? And, yeah, more techs. More villagers. TaToH had more relics, but that didn't really matter in the end. 560 gold did not make up for the deficit of 2,200 gold. But hey, that game, to end things off, I'll be honest, it was a little anticlimactic, but there you go. You can't win them all. We had 4 great games before it, and I'm sure we'll have more great games in the future as well. But that was Midweek Madness, guys. Back to the Tetris opera. Why am I listening to this? The Final Fantasy song on instead. This is a little bit better. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully you enjoyed that. I did. Well done to BacT. He does get the win, 3-2 in our 5-game series. Nice games, all the same. And do you guys have anything to ask before I go? Don't forget, I am streaming on Saturday on my own channel, ZeroEmpires, twitch.tv/ZeroEmpires, the Viper versus Lyri. Be there. Catch the games at 17 GMT. That's 5 PM in UK. I think some clocks are probably changing this weekend, but just go to like any GMT clock on the internet and 17 GMT is when the stream will start. And it's going to be, I'll probably stream all night as well. I'll probably just go ham and do a marathon. You watch, I'll do a 24-hour stream and everyone will be like, whoa, where did that come from? And I'll just be like, yeah, you didn't see that coming. Didn't warn you or anything. Anyway, let's see. Some more questions in the chat.